Hey everybody, we've come to the end of another week. I hope you've enjoyed reading the book of Psalms. Monday we will start in the first chapter of Romans in the New Testament. But today we are in Psalm 71, and while you're opening your Bible there, let me ask you to pray for our services this coming Sunday morning here at First Baptist Church. So either pause now or when this devotional video or podcast begins, will you pray for our services this Sunday to honor God? Pray for me as I preach. Pray for the invitation for people to be saved and lives to be changed. Just pray for God to powerfully bless our worship this Sunday. All right, Psalm 71, the author of this psalm is an old man. You see that in verse 9, who has walked with God and served God and trusted God since he was a child or a teenager. You see that in verses 5 and 6. And he's been through hard times in the past, and he's going through a hard time now. In the past, God has always delivered him. He's asking God to do it once again, to help him as he deals with his enemies who are hurting him. And so in verse 20, as an example, he says, God, you who have shown me many troubles and distresses will revive me again, and will bring me up again from the depths of the earth. God, I'm cast down right now. It's hard times, but you're going to revive me and bring me up just as you have done in the past. And he prays about that also in verses 14 to 16, verses 22 to 24. And what this man chooses to do is to keep worshiping God, to keep praising God, to keep serving God. He says in verse 14, but as for me, I will hope continually. God, I'm not giving up on you. And I will praise you yet more and more. Even though I'm going through a hard time now, God, I'm going to keep praising you. In fact, I'm going to praise you even more. And that's his attitude. In verse 15, he says, my mouth shall tell of your righteousness and of your salvation all day long. God, I'm going to keep witnessing for you and praising you and bragging on you and telling people about you. And as I was reading all this psalm, I got to thinking how the enemy, the evil one, Satan, the enemy, wants to use hard times, wants to use disappointments, wants to use hurt feelings, wants to use what other people do to you to distract you from Jesus. Distract you from praising Jesus, witnessing for Jesus, trusting Jesus, obeying Jesus, serving Jesus. God doesn't cause the hard times, but he will use them if you keep praising and trusting him. He will use them to strengthen you, to grow you, and bless you. The enemy knows that. So he's always trying to distract you to get you to stop praising, stop talking about Jesus, stop trusting Jesus. And my word to you in this brief last devotion of the week is don't let the enemy win. Keep your eyes and your heart and your focus on Jesus and praising him. And as we've seen in these previous Psalms the last 2 weeks, let God fight your battles. Let God take vengeance. You don't become bitter. You do what Jesus said. Love your enemies. Pray for those who revile you. Do good to those who persecute you. And you keep praising Jesus. You keep worshiping Jesus. You keep being obedient and faithful to Jesus. Don't let the enemy win by using the hard times to distract and defeat you. Hey, I'll see you Sunday morning as we look in 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 at what happens when Jesus comes back. God bless you. I'll see you Sunday, and then I'll see you Monday with a devotion from Romans chapter 1.